In this video, I want to discuss some of the crazy exponential growth that has happened on the channel here in the past couple of months. I want to talk about some new merchandise that will be available for sale to help support the channel, and I also want to discuss future plans for the show. Got some ideas I want to throw out there, and of course I want to hear what you guys think of some of this. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to mark a couple of important milestones here I've crossed here on the channel. As of right now, I'm over 6,000 subscribers. This channel started a little more than 7 months ago. And a little more than 7 months, 7.5 months, I'm just crossed 6,000 subscribers. Crazy growth that the channel has seen in a very short amount of time, especially considering the first 2 months of this channel. I think the first 2 months I did the channel, I got 400 subscribers for over those first 2 months. So really in the last 4 months, I'm getting over 1,000 new subscribers every month the last 4 months. I think I got 1,000 new subscribers in February, 1,200 in March, another 1,400 in April. And it's just crazy looking at some of the Social Blade numbers here for the channel. If I look at the last 30 days, for example, we have over 2,155 new subscribers in the last 30 days on the channel. Just insane. My videos were viewed 152,000 times in the last 30 days. And the important milestones I was mentioning, of course, the 6,000 subscribers, great. Also, I just passed 500,000 views on my video, 500,000 views on my videos. Again, in a little more than 7 months. And the subscribers, it just keeps ticking up. In the last 30 days, there are 8 or 9 days in the last 30 days that I got over 100 new subscribers in a day. I mean, look at, late April. I got a day where I had 110, 140, 143, 108, 114 here early in May, and then several here in the last few days, 105, 107, 105. Just some crazy growth, and I really wanted to share some of what was going on in the channel. I'm sure a lot of you guys that have been viewing the channel realize how fast, especially the subscriber count and the views on the videos get. We get a lot of people commenting on the videos. We have a really good community following the channel, and I really want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody that subscribes. I want to thank everybody that shares my videos, everybody that thumbs up my videos. I want to thank everybody that comments on the videos, because that stuff really matters. That stuff really helps us rank better in YouTube, in the algorithms, the search algorithms. My videos will rank better. Same thing in Google search. So I really thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And in my videos, a lot of times you guys see me wear a Distrotube t-shirt or a Distrotube collared shirt sometimes. I also have my Distrotube coffee mug. Sometimes I'm drinking coffee out of that. If I'm not, it's usually just sitting here on the desk. You guys have asked me, where can I get that Distrotube t-shirt or the Distrotube mug? Well, Teespring. I'm going to put the links in the description of the video. I'll also have the links in my About page on YouTube, about the channel. Anyway, you'll have the link to the Distrotube t-shirt and the Distrotube coffee mug. So another thing I want to discuss is, I take donations, of course, through Patreon. I have a Patreon page set up, and some people have some moral objections to using Patreon because Patreon, you cannot pay anonymously. That is one of the big things, especially preached by people like Richard Stallman and the Free Software Foundation, is that you should always be able to pay anonymously for anything. And I would agree with that. So you guys that would like to donate to the channel, but would like to do so in an anonymous way, I have set up an account at LiberaPay, liberapay.com. Again, that's going to be linked in the description. We'll also have a link to the LiberaPay Distrotube page in the header of the YouTube channel. So future plans. Future plans for the show. one of the things I really need to get around to doing is building a proper website at distrotube.com, because I actually own the domain name distrotube.com. I bought that domain when I first started the YouTube channel. I assumed I would eventually build a website, but just from a lack of time and somewhat of a lack of interest in building the website, I've never gotten around to it, and I really need to. Matter of fact, really that domain name was just sitting there doing nothing until earlier today I went ahead and set up a redirect. Distrotube.com now redirects to my YouTube channel. But I need to put a proper website on there, just to be professional. I own the domain. I'm sure people probably every now and then look up Distrotube by distrotube.com, and there's nothing there. So what I eventually need to do is put something there. I'm not exactly sure what. It'll probably just be a handful of pages, static pages, maybe an About Me page, maybe, a feed of like some of the latest videos. Probably not too much else. Probably, links to some of the merchandise that's for sale. Maybe some contact info. A pretty basic site. If you guys got any ideas about the site, things you would like to see on a distrotube.com, I'm all ears on that, again, because I really haven't even begun the work on it. So one other thing I want to do as far as future plans regarding the channel is I want to get into doing more stuff with old hardware. What I would like to do is start buying older laptops, older desktops. I mean, real old, like 10 years, 12 years, 15 years old. And I would like to try to revive some of these older machines that people just throw out now, because honestly, these machines are garbage to most people, because most people run Windows. You will never get machines that old to run Windows 10. Never. Or Windows 8 or Vista. You would even struggle with some of those machines getting XP running on them. So a lot of these machines just cannot run Windows, these really old machines. But you know what? Linux can revive these machines. Linux can bring a lot of this old hardware back to life. And you know what? That kind of interests me. Rescuing some of these older machines, putting Linux on them, making them into a fully functional desktop or laptop with something like Antix or Lubuntu or Puppy or, a lot of these, minimal distros that are geared toward resurrecting these old machines. So I really would like to get into that. That's going to take a little money, because, I'm going to have to purchase some hardware, even though, they're not going to be terribly expensive machines. They'll cost a little bit, unless, people give them to me, which, I might, check friends and family. Every now and then you see somebody that's throwing something away, some old machine, because it really just doesn't work right anyway. So it's possible I could score some free hardware, but what I'm probably end up going to do is just, taking a look at pawn shops and seeing what I can find. So the website, and the, the old hardware, I might end up having to spend some money on those. Now the website I could do myself. I do have some skills in that arena, but for a lack of time, probably I'm just going to pay a freelancer to build the site, because I just don't have the time. You guys that want to help out with that, of course, check out the Patreon page. If you want to donate anonymously, of course, now I have LiberaPay. You guys, the merchandise, you want to buy a DT mug or DT t-shirt, please do. It helps. Before I go, I do want to give a shout out to my patrons, all my Patreon supporters: AK, Ron, Mr. Neely Pops, John, Brian, Carl, Greg, Carlos, Rob, Matt, Darkwin, Mark, Christian, Jake, Benjamin, Stephen B, Stephen Z, Marcus, Interceptor, Bob, Leor, Omar, Silvio, David, Alex, and Eduardo. You guys are awesome. You guys help make this show possible. Peace, guys.